Hey, it's Cassie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and blog for day 3 of the Rabbit Hole Designs December release inspiration hop, and I will have all of the details listed over on my blog. There are prizes and a discount code, so I'm going to have a link to my blog down below, so be sure to head down there after you're done here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we're creating with today. We're going to be using this Sassy Anti-Valentine stamp set with all those super fun sentiments. Oh my goodness. And then the Square Illusion Stencil, which is being showcased today as well. I've got some other fun products we're going to use, but let's get started with that awesome stencil. I am going to start with a piece of black cardstock that I am covering with my anti-static powder tool because I want to do some embossing on it. And sometimes this is successful and sometimes it's not as successful, and parts of this were and parts of it were not. But it is not the stencil's fault, it is my fault. So I'm using a little bit of washi tape on the back of my cardstock to tape my stencil in place. And then I'm going to just stick that down, and I'm going to use a mini ink blending tool along with some VersaMark ink. And I'm trying to just pounce this ink on there because I don't want to move the stencil too much. Because I plan to emboss, using my pixie spray wouldn't have worked so well. Ask me how I know, because I've tried it before. But I did go a little heavy-handed in some areas with the embossing ink. And it looks fine there, but then I cover it with some Brutus Monroe Sterling Sparkle embossing powder, and there it looks okay, and then on the edges it doesn't look so great. Went a little heavy-handed there on the edges, but this stencil is so cool. I've never seen anything like this out there on the market. So now I will heat emboss that, and you can see it melting. I love it. But imagine this stencil with some really cool ink blending. You could do the squares in different colors. You could do this, do the whole background one color and those squares a different color, and it would just really highlight those squares. And I like how they're off center. I cut out a square using my favorite things, Wonky square die, and then I'm going to ink up some sentiments just using my Distress Oxide color Candied Apple, and I'm just using that scrap paper that I have, and that paper is the sidewalk paper from Brutus Monroe, and I'm inking up several. I end up inking up more sentiments later because I had decided I just wanted to just cover the whole thing with sentiments because they're all so cute. I had a hard time showcasing just one. And then I'm going to ink up my little Cupid with that same Candied Apple Distress Oxide ink and stamp it down. Then I want to wait for that to dry, and then I'm going to put my anti-static powder tool over the top. I'm going to check it to make sure that it's dry, and it's mostly dry. So I'll put some more anti-static powder over it, and then I'm going to take that little sign, the like not having it sign, and ink it up with VersaMark ink, and then I'll stamp that down, and then I'm going to cover that with some Raven Sparkle embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I just thought, you needed some sparkle, and so I will. The powder gets at a couple places that I don't want, so I'll just take a stiff brush and wipe that away. And then I'm going to heat set that till that is smooth and melted. And I love those bits of glitter in it. So my silver has some bits of glitter, and this Raven has some bits of glitter in it as well. We're going to get ready to start assembling. So I'm going to use some Tombow Mono Multi to put my card panel down to another, like a black piece of card stock. So this is just going to give a little bit of a border. And then what you see right there will measure the whole front of an A2 size card. So that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm going to put some foam tape behind my square. And that's just some Scotch foam tape. And then I'll peel off all that backing paper. Because this is actually a pretty simple card. I wanted the focus to be my little Cupid, we ain't having ya, and all the little sentiments that go along with it. So I put some foam tape on a couple of the sentiments. This long one down at the bottom that says love is in the air, try not to breathe. I do put a little bit of foam tape on one side of the fat, naked, and dangerous. And I put a little foam tape on the side of this one and some liquid glue that says Cupid is stupid. And then I stamped out a couple more sentiments, put a little foam tape on some edges, and then that one says, this is not a Valentine's card. Love that. And then I have blah up at the top. Yeah, and that's just a few of the fun ones in there. So I feel like this is a must for all your single friends out there, or those that just don't like to celebrate it. My card base is some more of that sidewalk cardstock that I cut down to 4¼ by 11 inches and scored at 5½ inches, so it is a top folder. I'll put some more of that liquid glue on my panel so that I can adhere that to my card base. But I'm not going to stop there. I do want to do some stuff on the inside. So I'm going to take some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I'm going to stamp my heart 3 times on the inside. I just thought this would be fun. I've really been enjoying stamping up the insides of my cards. So I'll stamp that 3 times in just various spots. And then I'm going to do my no sign with some candied apple. I can't remember exactly what that symbol's called, so I'm just going to call it my we're not having it. I'm going to put those over the hearts. I decided to turn that one just for a little bit of interest. And then that one's back to the other. I will stamp a sentiment on the inside as well. And happy Single Awareness Day. I love that. Singles Awareness Day. Isn't that cute? So wouldn't this just be fun to send to anyone? So now that we're done with all the stamping on the inside, that's actually going to finish off this card. And as I said, this is a part of a blog hop for the December release inspiration hop for the Rabbit Hole Designs. So again, I'll have that linked down below. So be sure to head there so you can get all the details. I appreciate all the love and support. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And as always, thanks so much for stopping by.